go to the next one, that is Paragonymous westermani. As I told you, P for P. So सबसे पहले Paragonymous westermani is going to be the pulmonary fluke. So lung fluke, pulmonary fluke, Paragonymous westermani. मनी मतलब मणिपुर में it is endemic. Repeating, Paragonymous for pulmonary, westermani is going to be Manipur endemic, and of course it's going to show you pulmonary symptoms, which means patient is going to have cough, patient is going to have sputum. But what is very interesting is, by looking at the sputum only, I can kind of guess, because the sputum has golden flecks. Sputum sample will have golden colored dots. Why? Because those are the eggs of Paragonymous westermani. कौन सा egg? अरे मैम, all trematodes का egg you have told me. अब schistosoma खत्म, SSS is done. Come to all the others, all of them have operculated eggs. So this is how it's going to look like. It's going to look like an egg with a lid. It's going to look like an egg with a lid over here. So of course we are dealing with operculated egg, and can you see the color of it? It's so nicely golden brown. So can you see how that golden brown color is going to come up to the sputum also? That is what you see in Paragonymous westermani. But pulmonary is not the only thing. Of course, extrapulmonary symptoms are there. Of course, there is abdominal involvement which occurs in all. वो stool sample diarrhea वाला तो सब में हो रहा है, तो इसमें भी होगा. But P for pulmonary. So now if I give you a life cycle, first thing, what do you see? Over here, I very well see a human, and then I see a snail. I need to find the snail over here. Okay, there is a snail written over here. But the story doesn't end. I see a chota sa weird organism which is written as a crustacean. Crustacean means this is crayfish. So now just tell me guys, if you have a human being out here, along with the human being you have a snail that is there, and along with that you have crayfish. Of course, cray, cara, this means you are dealing with Paragonymous. If you still believe that nahi confusion ho raha hai, then what will you search? You will search for lung involvement. Have they shown me the lung involvement? Yes, there is an arrow that is going into the lungs. Of course, I can see that. So how does this happen? See, what will you do? What did you do? You consumed some fish. So what am I saying? You consumed, because now get over that schistosoma ka hangover. SSS bhul jao. Come to the normal things. Okay, so the mode of infection is going to be ingestion. And which larva? Now everywhere it is going to be no S. Now it's going to be the Metacercaria larva that is going to come. So Metacercaria larva comes into our body by ingestion. Ingestion of what? One of these fish. Okay, when it comes into the body, of course, it is going to go and adults banenge. Are they going to be separate sexes or hermaphrodites? Now they are all going to be hermaphrodites, okay? So now they are going to be same, male, female, same. So hermaphrodite bana. And these are going to be, forming male, female, single. Everything is present in a single worm, and an adult worm is formed. So they are going to exist in the duodenum. Fine. Apart from that, they can also show you involvement of the lungs. This means the person can even, look at this, the person can even cough out the eggs. The person can even shit out the eggs, right? The person can cough out the eggs, and the person can shit out the eggs. So you're going to see eggs which are present in the sputum also, and you're going to see eggs which are present in the stool as well. And after the eggs come out, do we know one cycle? Do we know that MCRCM cycle? Miracidia, cyst, redia, Cercaria larva, Metacercaria larva. Same thing, MCRC chalega, and finally Metacercaria larva is going to infect what? So you can see that the Miracidia was here, then MCRC and Metacercaria coming back to us. How simple. Itna detail mein you will never have to know it in the exam only. You will anyway look at the human and the snail and the crayfish and know Paragonymous. Let's move forward. We are now going to, lung is done. Now we move on to the next one, which is going to be the liver flukes. What all do we have? Although I had made you familiar with only Clonorchis and Opistholchis, maybe Fasciola hepatica, but now we have more. We have Fasciola gigantic also. So every one of them has a different name. Please note, C for C, that is Clonorchis, is known as which liver fluke? Chinese liver fluke. Then we have two Opistholchis, Opistholchis viverrini, Opistholchis felinius. Okay, out of these, please remember that this feline refers to cats, na? So this is going to be the cat liver fluke, and the one that is left, that is viverrini, that is going to be Southeast Asian liver fluke. You don't even learn the name, that's good enough, not needed. Then Fasciola, I just told you Fasciola had that she and liver wala sound, sheep and liver, that is the sheep liver fluke. And what is fasciola gigantica? Obviously, it is the giant liver fluke that you have. So simple na, Clonorchis, C for C, Chinese. Opisthorchis felinius is going to be the one with the cat. Fasciola hepatica, sheep liver fluke, and gigantica, giant liver fluke. Out of these, definitely, I'll show you the life cycle in तीनों में से किसी एक का ना, because you know that out of Clonorchis and Opisthorchis, one thing was common: fish, Clonorfish, Opisthorfish. So I will show you Clonorchis for example. As I said, Clonorchis sinensis, C for C, it's the Chinese liver fluke, and this looks like a spatula. You can very well see this. It is looking something like a spatula. It has a narrow end and it has a broad end over here, right? So spatula jaisa dikhega, and eggs are all of them are going to be operculated, ma'am. This much I know by now. Full family is operculated, only schistosoma was spinous. Look at their life cycle, so simple. I can see a human being over here. Apart from human being, I can see a snail over here. So I know this is definitely trematode family. And along with that trematode family, I see a fish. So when you see a life cycle which is going to be human, snail and fish, you know you're either talking about Clonorfish or Opisthorfish. And to confirm that, because they were liver flukes, because they are liver flukes, examiner will have to give you some kind of history to do with the liver or the bile duct. That will be your extra hint. That will give you more confidence that yeah, not only my hosts are fitting in very well, but because liver tha, so I can see some bile duct involvement. So what exactly does it cause in the bile duct? Remember C for C. Remember it causes two things. C for cholangitis, so bile duct involvement, and the cancer that it causes is cholangiocarcinoma. Cholangiocarcinoma. So repeating, Clonorchis causes cholangitis and cholangiocarcinoma. In fact, I think we can make a table over here, because right now I've told you 2-3 parasites and all of them are causing some kind of cancer, but I've taught you the same in neoplasia chapter of pathology also. Go to schistosoma. Schistosoma, I had told you that schistosoma hematobium causes S for S, squamous cell carcinoma more commonly than transitional cell carcinoma bladder. And C for Clonorchis. Clonorchis is gonna cause C for C, that is which cancer? Cholangiocarcinoma. I hope everyone's okay. So C for C, S for S, S for S, and C for C is how you're gonna remember. Coming back, the story is not over. Okay, it is going in the bile duct, and okay, again, story is the same. What do you think? Up tell me, Clonorfish, the hosts are done. What is going to be the mode of infection? It's going to be ingestion. Which larva? Metacercaria larva. How are the worms going to be? They are going to be hermaphrodites. How are the eggs going to be? The usual eggs, operculated eggs. What is the life cycle after that going to be? See, dekho ho raha hai MCRC. So MCRCM, that is Miracidia, cyst, Redia, Cercaria, Metacercaria, and Metacercaria via the fish is gonna come into us. How simple is that? So now the liver flukes are also done, but if you go back, this was only about the Clonorchis Opisthorchis wala family. We are not done with this fasciola wala family, because fasciola hepatica is also a liver fluke, and you know fasciola, the host is gonna change. So here you come to fasciola hepatica. As I said, FA for fasci for sheep, hepatica for liver, and FA for fresh aquatic plants. This also looks like a flat leaf. This fasciola also looks very, very flat, and this is exactly what you're gonna see in it. So please remember, because I'm talking about fasciola hepatica, hepatica matlab liver, so they are also gonna show you all liver related things. That is gonna be bile duct obstruction hoga, liver matlab right upper quadrant pain hoga, jaundice of course in liver is gonna be there. All that is okay. Do you think they're ever gonna ask you that fasciola hepatica causes jaundice? Even a school kid will be able to guess that. They will ask you this: which of the following are associated with Halzoin? So firstly, what is Halzoin? It is a kind of laryngeal edema. So what I have learned is fasciola hepatica mein there is going to be Halzoin, and Halzoin is like hafna breath. Someone is short of breath. Why is someone short of breath? Because someone is suffocated. So remember, hepatica mein there is Halzoin, and Halzoin mein because of laryngeal edema the person is having suffocation. So Halzoin mein hafna with hepatica. Okay? Halzoin is hafna with hepatica. Fasciola hepatica. Come on, the egg for everything is going to be operculated. So why make a deal about it? Everywhere you are going to see a lid, it's the same. The only difference is that what are going to be the host. The definitive host is always the man, ma'am. The first intermediate host is always the snail. Over here only the second intermediate host will change, and that is fresh aquatic vegetation. Perfect. Now we are done with this. Now we go to the last part. What about the intestinal trematodes? Intestinal trematodes, we look at this, Fasciolopsis buscae. So Fasciolopsis buscae is the giant intestinal fluke. Then we have, if you can learn their names, heterophyte, you have metagonymous, you have echinostoma, ileocanum. Ileocanum will tell you obviously ileo matlab ileum, intestine, and gastrodiscoides hominis. Now the only thing that I want all of you to notice is everything was small intestine. Everything was small intestine. Only gastrodiscoides hominis is the one that is going to involve the large intestine. Rest, all of these, whatever will be written in the exam, that is going to go towards small intestine. So just learn one, that out of all the intestinal trematodes, I know that gastrodiscoides hominis is going to take home in the biggest home. It has selected the biggest home for itself, that is the large intestine. Rest all of them are going to be in the small intestine. And I think about Fasciolopsis buscae I have anyway told you. Ab dekho, intestinal hai, to this is to common sense only, na, that it is going to show you abdominal pain, diarrhea, malabsorption. That is understood. And I have already told you all of them are going to be small intestine. Sirf gastrodiscoides hominis was keeping a big home. Everyone wants a big home. So gastrodiscoides hominis ne naam rakha and selected the big home. Rest all of them are going to go into the small intestine and have intestinal involvement. But you will now tell me the host. Definitive host for everything will always be the man. The first intermediate host will always be the snail. What is the second intermediate host? The second intermediate host is again FA, that is fresh aquatic vegetation. So now be very careful. Going all the way back, because your chapter is done, can you believe it? Going all the way back, if they give you Fasciola hepatica, liver wala, ya Fasciolopsis buscae, which is intestinal wala, you just need to know that both of them will have human, both of them will have snail, and both of them will have fresh aquatic plants. How will you differentiate? You will zoom into the life cycle and see liver ka involvement hai to mark Fasciola hepatica, intestine ka involvement hai to mark Fasciolopsis buscae. ठीक है? And guys, coming all the way back to this, I think now you can easily tell me all their names also. Schistosoma was to do with the blood fluke, I hope you remember. Then Paragonimus, I told you P for pulmonary, so this is the lung fluke. I think these are very obvious, these three in front of you. Clonorchis, C for C, Chinese, these three are liver flukes. So C for C, Clonorchis was Chinese liver fluke. Opisthochus felinius, of course you know it is the cat liver fluke that we have. Then Fasciola hepatica was sheep and liver, so that was the sheep liver fluke. And finally, coming to the last one, that is the Fasciolopsis buscae, I for intestine, that is the intestinal fluke, small intestine. Finally, coming to your rules. All your rules are done, only the treatment is left. The treatment for all of them is going to be praziquantel. The treatment for all of them is praziquantel, but guys, here the exception is not schistosoma. Here the exception is Fasciola hepatica, which does not show a good response to praziquantel. So that is treated with, that is going to be treated with triclabendazole. That is treated with triclabendazole. Okay, so only this separate thing you all have to learn. Otherwise, sabka exception was schistosoma, but the treatment is different, right? Okay, let's move forward. Let's go on and discuss few questions, because then we'll be able to get thoda confidence. Let's start. The first is my favorite. You have to find out from the life cycle which of them is wrongly matched. Can you tell me one by one? Clonorchis. See, firstly, you'll say, ma'am, pura family to trematodes hai. Man, snail, man, snail, man, snail, man, snail. Har jagah ye to theek likha hai. Let me read forward after it. Clonorchis should have fish in it, but they have written crab. So ye to wrong hai. Okay. Paragonimus should have chara, some crayfish or crab. Sirf fish is written? No, they should have written crayfish preferably. So abhi ke liye I'll consider it wrong. Then I talk about Fasciola hepatica. Again, Fasciola hepatica can have sheep also, and A for aquatic plants. Ye theek lag raha hai. Fasciolopsis buscae can FA aquatic plants. Theek lag raha hai. Schistosoma needed only S. Once the snail come, we'd say that don't need anything else in life. So this is also wrong. So which are the wrong ones as of now? 1, 2 and 5 I believe are the wrong ones. And yes, I have an option like that. So over here, yes, I will take that as the answer. Let's pick up the next one. Which of the following has separate sexes? Now this is never going to go wrong. S for S, separate sexes, schistosoma. Operculated eggs are not produced by, operculated eggs were produced by STD. Spirometra options में नहीं है, Dilatum options में है. All the trematodes but not schistosoma. So this is a trematode, this is a trematode, but schistosoma is going to have spinous eggs. We all know it. So that is the answer over here. Next one, the infective form of man in case of schistosoma infection, S wala, Serraria larva. Serraria larva is your answer. Rhedia are not present in the cycle of, again, Rhedia were also not present in the cycle of schistosoma. Everything is going in schistosoma as an answer. Which of the following localizes in the veins draining the ileocecal region? I के साथ कौन सा? Schistosoma mansoni, hematobium या japonicum? We had studied schistosoma, japonicum is going to be the answer. Let's move on to the next question. Here you go, CNS schistosomiasis. This is one question. CNS schistosomiasis किसके साथ दिखेगा? Another question is that, first we'll answer this, CNS. So another question that can come is genital schistosomiasis will be seen with whom? So all of these were the more severe wala. Severe wala matlab we were dealing with, yes, japonicum. Yes, the question that I had shown you, terminal spinous eggs. Terminal, T wala, ma'am, look for the T wala, hematobium. Schistosoma, hematobium is going to show me the terminal spines. Okay, last question that we have. A man few months after returning from a trip to Malaysia complains of pain abdomen, jaundice with raised liver enzymes and hyperbilirubinemia. Liver and bile duct though has been clearly involved. What is the most likely cause? Which out of these is a bile duct wala cheese? We all know Clonorchis, cholangitis. Clonorchis and cholangitis are going very well, so that becomes the answer. That was not the last question. We have one more question with us. There's a 35-year-old man who presents to the OPD with productive sputum since 5 days. So lung involvement is mentioned. Productive sputum in our country, I think of TB, but sputum for AFB is negative.